So in the previous video lectures, we have also discussed the topic of lattices. So lattice, the definition एक बार फिर तो मैं repeat कर रहे हैं. A lattice is a poset in which each pair of elements has a least upper bound and a greatest lower bound. एक ਇਹੋ ਜਿਹਾ partial ordered set ਜਿਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਹਰੇਕ ਦੋ elements ਦੇ ਲਈ least upper bound ਵੀ exist ਕਰੇਗਾ ਤੇ greatest lower bound ਵੀ exist. Notations, this symbol join plus or this one is denoted for least upper bound of A and B, and this symbol can be written as join, and the symbol this, which is known as meet, A meet B or A star B, this is the notation for greatest lower bound. Okay, so this symbol can be read as meet and this symbol can be read as join. Mostly we will use these two symbols, the join symbol and the meet symbol, but sometimes this symbol can also be shown in the questions. So the meaning is same, plus or this symbol is a least upper bound and star is a greatest lower bound. Previous video ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੱਲ ਅਸੀਂ ਇਹ theorem number 1 ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹੈ ਇਹਦਾ proof discuss ਕੀਤਾ ਸੀ. I am here only repeating the results. So in this theorem we have proved that A star B, the greatest lower bound of A and B, is always less than or equal to A and B, and both the elements are less than or equal to A plus B means least upper bound. The two elements always lies between their greatest lower bound and least upper bound, and here less than or equal to means the partial order relation. So इस theorem ਦਾ proof complete हो गया सीगा. Next, second theorem number 2 ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਅਸੀਂ ਇਹ study ਕੀਤਾ. If we have two elements A and B which are less than or equal to C, A is related to C, B is related to C, then you can have the join of A and B, A join B, or A plus B is also less than or equal to C. So this was the theorem number 2. And theorem number 3, we have proved the three laws: the absorption laws, the idempotent laws, and the commutative law. Absorption law states these two things: A join A meet B equal to A, and A meet A join B equals to A. Means बाहर ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈ ब्रैकेट ਦੇ ਉਹ join ਦਾ symbol ਹੋਏਗਾ, अंदर join अंदर अपने ਕੋਲ meet ਦਾ symbol ਹੋਏਗਾ, ਤੇ ਜਿਹੜਾ element ਬਾਹਰ ਹੈ ਇੱਕ element ਉਹ ਅੰਦਰ repeat ਹੋਵੇ, then the answer will be the repeating element. And same thing here, if अगर बाहर ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ meet है ਤੇ अंदर join है, the answer will be the repeating element. This is the absorption law. And we have discussed the idempotent law. Idempotent law means A join A is equal to A and A meet A is equal to A. तो अगर सेम एलिमेंट का ज्वाइन अपने आप नाल ही करोगे तो वही एलिमेंट आएगा, या मीट भी करोगे तो भी वही एलिमेंट आएगा. दिस वाज द idempotent law. And the commutative law: A join B equal to B join A and A meet B equal to B meet A. You can interchange the order of the elements. That is the commutative. Now today in this video we will discuss the state and prove associative law in a lattice. We will discuss the associative law, which states this. This is called the associative law. Here you have the symbol join in both the places, join join. The key in the associative law: the order of the element should remain same, A B C A B C, but here we have put the bracket on the last two elements, and on the right hand side we have put the bracket on the first two elements. And that means firstly we will have to solve B join C here in the left hand side, and then we have to solve it with A. Similarly, on the right hand side we have to firstly make the join of A and B, and then the resulting number will be joined with C. But the associative law says both of them are equal, and similarly for meet also. So we shall prove the result for join, and the result for meet will hold similarly. You can prove it on your own. Firstly, to prove the A join B join C equal to A join B join C. So अगर ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਕਿਹਾ ਜਾਵੇ ਕਿ ਇਹ ਵਾਲੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਸਾਈਡ ਹੈ ਲੈਫਟ ਹੈਂਡ ਸਾਈਡ, ਇਹਨੂੰ ਸੋਲਵ ਕਰੋ, ਤਾਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇਸ ਨੂੰ ਸੋਲਵ ਕਰਨ ਲਈ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਕਿਸ ਦਾ ਜੁਆਇਨ ਸੋਲਵ ਕਰੋਗੇ? B ਐਂਡ C ਦਾ. ਫਸਟਲੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਹ ਵਾਲੀ ਬ੍ਰੈਕਟ ਨੂੰ ਸੋਲਵ ਕਰੋਗੇ, B ਜੁਆਇਨ C. ਸੋ ਇਸੇ ਕਰਕੇ ਮੈਂ ਸਪੋਜ਼ ਕੀਤਾ ਕਿ B ਜੁਆਇਨ C ਨੂੰ ਸਪੋਜ਼ ਸੋਲਵ ਕਰਕੇ ਕੀ ਆ ਗਿਆ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ? D ਆ ਗਿਆ. ਹੁਣ ਇਹਦਾ ਮਤਲਬ ਜੁਆਇਨ ਹੈ, ਤਾਂ ਜੁਆਇਨ ਦਾ ਮਤਲਬ ਕੀ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ? the least upper bound. So that means D is the least upper bound of B and C, because D is B joins. And least upper bound, obviously it is a upper bound, so it will be greater than both the elements. So B less than or equal to D, C less than or equal to D. And I have marked these two equations as number 1. So that means if you have solved this bracket B join C, now you are remaining with A join D because B join C ਦਾ ਆਨਸਰ ਅਸੀਂ D ਸਪੋਜ਼ ਕੀਤਾ ਤਾਂ ਰਿਮੇਨਿੰਗ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਕੀ ਟਰਮ ਰਹਿ ਗਈ A join ਤੇ ਹੁਣ ਜੇ ਲੈਫਟ ਹੈਂਡ ਸਾਈਡ ਨੂੰ ਪੂਰੇ ਦਾ ਪੂਰੇ ਨੂੰ ਸੋਲਵ ਕਰਨਾ ਹੈ then now we have to solve A join D. So let us suppose A join D is equal to E. A और D ਦਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ join ਹੈ ਉਹ ਅਸੀਂ E suppose ਕਰ ਲਿਆ ਕਿ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ solve ਕਰਕੇ E ਆ ਰਿਹਾ. So E अगर A join D है then again the meaning of join is least upper bound. E is the least upper bound of A and D. When अगर least upper bound है then again the same thing, it is a upper bound. So A is less than or equal to E, D is less than or equal to E. So from 1 you have to compare only this equation D less than or equal to E, this equation D less than or equal to E with these two equations from 1. So you can see here the transitivity relation holds, transitivity, because we are dealing in the lattices and in a lattice we have a partial order relation. So using the transitivity B less than or equal to D and D less than or equal to E, we have B less than or equal to E. And similarly C less than or equal to D and D less than or equal to E implies C less than or equal to E. So using this equation we get these two relations and one we have this relation also. So also A is less than or equal to E, hence we have E is the upper bound of ABC because you can check here A less than or equal to E, B less than or equal to E, C less than or equal to E. Here in the three equations we have one common element, that is E. We have E common in these three equations and the common element is on the right hand side and that element which is common in the right hand side will be the upper bound always. So E is the upper bound of ABC. So now we claim that E is not only the upper bound but it is a least upper bound. It is least from all the upper bounds of ABC. E the value least upper bound भी होएगी. The least upper bound ਨੂੰ prove ਕਰਨ ਦੇ ਲਈ ਕੀ method ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ, क्योंकि E ਨੂੰ ਅਸੀਂ ਹਲੇ upper bound prove ਕੀਤਾ है, you have to suppose F is any other upper bound. Suppose F is any other upper bound of ABC. So in order to prove E is the least upper bound, we have to prove that E is less than or equal to F because ये देखो E भी upper bound है, F भी upper bound है और अगर ਅਸੀਂ E less than or equal to F prove कर लिया, that means we have proved that E is least than F. So out of all the upper bounds, E will be the least upper. So now our target is to prove E less than or equal to F. Then we will face E is equal to least upper bound ABC. We can justify our claim now. So how to prove E less than or equal to F? For this, we have to do the following steps. Because F is the upper bound of ABC, so we must have A less than or equal to F, B less than or equal to F, C less than or equal to F. Now take only these two, B less than or equal to F and C less than or equal to F. For the time being, ignore A less than or equal to F. We will use it later on. So we will use only here two of the terms, B less than or equal to F and C less than or equal to F. Now B less than or equal to F, C less than or equal to F also implies F is the upper bound of BC because F occurs on the right hand side of both. So F is the upper bound. But in the previous steps where we have marked equation number 1, we have supposed the D is the least upper bound of B and C. Now F is the upper bound of BC, but D is the least upper bound of B and C. So one is the upper bound and one is the least upper bound. D is the least upper bound and F is the upper bound. So we all know that the relation between least upper bound and upper bound will be, obviously least upper bound will be less than or equal to upper bound. That's why we have D less than or equal to F. Now जो ਅਸੀਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ A less than or equal to F ਪਹਿਲਾਂ use नहीं ਕੀਤਾ ਸੀ, ਉਹਨੂੰ ਹੁਣ ਅਸੀਂ ਉਰੇ use ਕਰਨ ਲੱਗੇ ਹਾਂ. Now we have A less than or equal to F and D less than or equal to F. So from both these equations you can see that F occurs on the right hand side of A and D. F is common in both the equations but on the right hand side. So any element which is common on the right hand side of two elements is the upper bound. So now you can also say F is the upper bound of A and D. But A and D the least upper bound कौन सीगा? E सीगा. E is the least upper bound of A and B. So now again we are on the same stage. One element is least upper bound and one element is upper bound. So least upper bound is less than or equal to upper bound. So we have E is less than or equal to F. So what we desire now, we have proved it. We have claimed that E is least upper bound. So yes, E is the upper bound, F is the upper bound, but least is E. Therefore, E is the least upper bound of ABC. So in this way, you have calculated the left hand side of the relation A join B join C. We have verified that it is equal to A join D, and A join D we have supposed it equal to E, and the value of E becomes least upper bound of ABC. Now similarly, you can solve the right hand side also. If you will solve the right hand side, you will again get the least upper bound of ABC, because here you can see that this in this expression there is no role of the bracket here. पूरे कितने भी ब्रैकेट का कोई रोल नहीं है, तीनों एलिमेंट्स ओपनली पए है. It means ਇਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ ਅਗਰ ਬ੍ਰੈਕਟ ਪਹਿਲੇ ਦੋਵਾਂ ਤੇ ਆ ਗਈ ਤੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਅਗਰ ਅਸੀਂ ਸੋਲਵ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ, we will again get least upper bound of ABC. So from 2 and 3 we have both the sides are equal, hence the associative law has been proved for joint. And similarly, you can prove the associative law for meet also, but you have to remember that for meet we have greatest lower bound. So in the complete proof of the join, you have to replace join with meet, the upper bound with lower bound, the least upper bound with greatest lower bound, and interchange the positions of elements. For example, here you have to write F less than or equal to A, because then we will talk about the lower bounds when we are solving the case of meet, F less than or equal to B and F less than or equal to C. With these changes, you can prove the result for meet also. The changes are, you have to replace upper bound with lower bound, least upper bound with greatest lower bound, and reverse the inequalities. ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ inequalities हैं उन्होंने reverse कर लो, you will get the proof of the relation for meet also. So this is the associative law. In the next theorem number 5, we have state and prove isotonicity property in a lattice. So all these properties you have to remember their statement as well as proof. This is the isotonicity property. Now firstly we will see what is the meaning of isotonicity property. Let L less than or equal to is a lattice. For A, B, C belonging to L, the following properties are called isotonicity laws. The isotonicity law is B less than or equal to C implies A meet B less than or equal to A meet C, and A join B is less than or equal to A join C. That means what we have do here in this equation, we have taken A meet on both sides, A meet B and A meet C, and similarly A join B and A join C. So he says if you have two elements which are related, for example B is less than or equal to C, then you can apply A meet on both sides as well as you can apply A join on both sides. This is called the isotonicity law in a lattice. Now we will prove this. How is it possible? So let us assume B is less than or equal to C. Claim, firstly we are proving for the join. Claim A join B is less than or equal to A join C. For this, let us suppose this value is X. Let A join C is equal to X. So if A join C is X, so you can say X is the least upper bound of A and C. So if X is the least upper bound, so firstly it is a upper bound. So take only the upper bound condition. X is an upper bound of A and C. So you can say A is less than or equal to X and C is less than or equal to X. So for the upper bound condition. Okay. So but B is less than or equal to C we are given. So combine it with C less than or equal to X with this term. If you combine B less than or equal to C with C less than or equal to X, you will get B less than or equal to X. So we have used c less than or equal to x, and remaining a less than or equal to x will be used now. B less than or equal to x, a less than or equal to x. So you can say x is the upper bound of a and b, because in these two equations you can see x is common, and x is common on the right hand side. So the element which is common on the right hand side is the upper bound. So x is the upper bound of a and b. But a join b is least upper bound of a and b. Now again we have one term as a least upper bound and one term as only a upper bound. So what would be the relation? Least upper bound will be less than or equal to upper bound. So least upper bound is a join b and upper bound is x, and the value of x was a join c. So we have proved that a join b is less than or equal to a join c. Now for the second part, we have claimed that a meet b is less than or equal to a meet c. For this, for the proof of this part, we shall suppose now from the right hand side, we will suppose a meet b is equal to y. Now if a meet b is equal to y, that means you can say y is the greatest lower bound of a and b. And if y is the greatest lower bound, then firstly it is a lower bound. Y is a lower bound of a and b. If y is a lower bound, that means y occurs on the left hand side of both the elements, y less than or equal to a and y less than or equal to b. Now using the same result, b less than or equal to c, and here we have y less than or equal to b. Y b to less than or equal to b c to, so again using the transitivity property we have y is less than or equal to c. Now y less than or equal to c and y less than or equal to a. Consider these two values. The y occurs on the left hand side, so y is the lower bound of a and c. So but a meet c is greatest lower bound of a and c. So now again we have one element as a lower bound and one element as a greatest lower bound. So which would be greater? Obviously greatest lower bound. So lower bound is y and greatest lower bound is a meet c, and the value of y was a meet b. So a meet b is less than or equal to a meet c. This is the proof of the isotonicity property. The next theorem is modular inequality. State and prove modular inequality in a lattice. So again, an important property of a lattice, modular inequality. Now what is it? Let L less than or equal to is a lattice. For any ABC belonging to L, the following inequality holds in L. The inequality is A less than or equal to C if and only if A join B meets C is less than or equal to A join B meets C. A less than or equal to C अगर हैगा, then A दोवें आपस दे विच less than or equal to the relation दे विच होणगे. तो एक तरह तुसी की कह सकते हो, देखो इसको अगर याद रखना है, if you want to remember it, इधर A दे नाल B meet C join करता और C दे नाल A join B meet करता. The relation वही रहा, same, less than or equal. So this is the modular inequality. So firstly A less than or equal to C. A ਅਸੀਂ suppose ਕਰਦੇ हैं और prove करेंगे कि A hold करता, because we have if and only if. So from both ways we have to prove it. So firstly take A less than or equal to C. Now in this side A की गलता होगी A less than or equal to C. Second term is B meet C. So B meet C, we also know that B meet C is less than or equal to C by the theorem number 1. Because the B meet C is the lower bound, greatest lower bound of B and C, and it obviously occurs on the left hand side of both the elements. So I have considered only the element C. B meet C is less than or equal to C. So in these two relations, you can see the common thing is C, which occurs on the right hand side. So we can say C is an upper bound of A and B meet C. C is a upper bound because here is A and here is B meet C. C is upper bound of A and B meet C. But A और B meet C, क्योंकि गल हुई upper bound की, तो इन्हां दोवां दा जिहड़ा join है, A join B meet C, is the least upper bound of A and B meet C. Now फिर वही गल आ गई, एक upper bound है, एक least upper bound है. So least upper bound ते upper bound, इन्हां दा आपस दे विच जिहड़ा relation है, की होएगा? Least upper bound is less than or equal to upper bound. So least upper bound is A join B meet C and upper bound is C. Now we have proved that this whole term, the left hand side of this term is less than or equal to C, is less than or equal to this C. Now we shall prove that this term is also less than or equal to A join B. इस सारी टर्म ਨੂੰ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ C ਤੋਂ ਲੈਸ ਦੈਨ অর ਇਕੁਅਲ ਟੂ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਹਿ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਤੇ ਹੁਣ ਅਸੀਂ ਸਾਰੀ ਟਰਮ ਨੂੰ ਲੈਸ ਦੈਨ অর ਇਕੁਅਲ ਟੂ A ਜੁਆਇਨ B ਵਾਸਤੇ ਵੀ ਵੈਰੀਫਾਈ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ तो ਉਹਦੇ ਲਈ ਦੇਖੋ ਕੀ ਕਰਨਾ ਹੈ ਨਾਓ ਵੀ ਨੋ that A less than or equal to A by reflexive property, B meets C less than or equal to B. ਆਹੀ ਦੋਵੇਂ ਐਲੀਮੈਂਟਸ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਹੋਈ ਦੁਬਾਰਾ A ਤੇ B meets because ਇਸ ਸਾਰੇ ਨੂੰ ਅਸੀਂ ਕੰਬਾਈਨ ਕਰਨਾ ਹੈ A join B ਤੋਂ less than or equal to ਬਣਾਉਣਾ ਹੈ ਤਾਂ A ਨੂੰ ਅਸੀਂ less than or equal to A ਤੋਂ ਬਣਾ ਲਿਆ और B meets C ਨੂੰ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਹਿ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ less than or equal to B ਹੈਗਾ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੋਵਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਾਮਨ ਥਿੰਗ ਕੀ ਸੀ ਕਿ ਉਰੇ ਵੀ ਜੁਆਇਨ ਹੈ ਉਰੇ ਵੀ ਜੁਆਇਨ ਹੈ ਤਾਂ A ਤੋਂ less than ਤੇ B meets C B ਤੋਂ less than ਤੇ ਫਿਰ ਅਸੀਂ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਜੁਆਇਨ ਕਰ ਦਾਂਗੇ ਲੈਫਟ ਹੈਂਡ ਸਾਈਡਸ ਤੇ ਜੁਆਇਨ ਕਰਤਾ ਔਰ ਰਾਈਟ ਹੈਂਡ ਸਾਈਡਸ ਤੇ ਜੁਆਇਨ ਕਰਤਾ ਯੂ ਕੈਨ ਸੀ A join B meets C and A join B ਇਹ ਰਾਈਟ ਹੈਂਡ ਸਾਈਡ ਤੇ ਆ ਗਿਆ ਸੋ ਇਹ ਸੇਮ ਟਰਮ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹੈ ਦਾ ਟਰਮ A join B meets C ਇਸ ਟਰਮ ਨੂੰ ਅਸੀਂ ਇਸ ਤੋਂ ਵੀ ਲੈਸ ਦੈਨ অর ਇਕੁਅਲ ਟੂ ਪ੍ਰੂਫ ਕਰਤਾ ਅਲੱਗ ਤੋਂ ਔਰ ਇਸ ਤੋਂ ਵੀ ਲੈਸ ਦੈਨ অর ਇਕੁਅਲ ਟੂ ਪ੍ਰੂਫ ਕਰਤਾ ਸੋ ਇਹ ਵਾਲਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ x ਹੈ ਉਹ A join B ਤੋਂ ਵੀ ਲੈਸ ਦੈਨ ਆ ਗਿਆ ਇਹ x ਸਾਡਾ ਲੈਸ ਦੈਨ C ਵੀ ਆ so now do the meet on both sides so you can do x meet x on the left hand sides okay and on the right hand side we have C and A join B do their meet A join B meet C x meet x by idempotent law is again equal to x okay which is A join B meet C and now it is less than or equal to A join B meet C so this is the first part of the theorem karange now the converse part conversely let A join B meet C is less than or equal to A join B meet C so converse part ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਅਸੀਂ ਇਹਨੂੰ suppose ਕਰ ਲਿਆ and we have to prove A less than or equal to C for this we have A less than or equal to A join Y it is a true relation every element is less than or equal to the join so A less than or equal to A join Y by the theorem number 1 you can say and take the value of Y is equal to B meets C because on the left hand side we have A join B meets C so take the value of Y as B meets C but this value is further less than or equal to this value so you can use the transitivity relation we have A join B meets C now the meet is less than or equal to the both the elements again by using the theorem number 1 we can say this is the meet of A join B and C so it will be less than or equal to A join B as well as C so we are taking only C so A join B meets C less than or equal to C so that we will get A is less than or equal to C hence the proof of the converse also holds